Good morning, good morning, good morning. I just want to come on here to tell you good morning, and this is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. I just want to let you know today that there is nothing too hard for God, that God is able to bring you out of that storm. God is able to be with you while you're in the storm. God is able to comfort you. God is able to keep you. God is able to sustain you in anything that you face and anything that you're going through. I just want to get on here to encourage somebody today to tell them that you are not what people say you are. You are what God says you are. It is so easy for us to believe the negativity that is spoken over our life. It's so easy for us as women to be identified as a B word or something that's derogatory to a woman. Instead of understanding that we are queens, that we are beautiful, that we are more than enough, that we are overcomers. It's so easy for us to believe the negativity when we look in the mirror and all we see is flaws. But to understand one thing, that God has fearfully and wonderfully made you. When He made you, He didn't make no mistakes when He made you. He knew you were going to be short. He knew you was going to be tall. He knew all the things. You're going to have freckles. You're going to have pimples at point in time. He knew all these things that were going to happen with you. And yet and still, He still loves you. And you are still created for a purpose. So today I want you to lay down at His feet all the negativity that has been spoken over your life. Give it to God and reverse what the enemy has said about you and take on the affirmations of what God says about you. God says that you're fearfully and wonderfully made. You are the head and not the tail. You are above and not beneath. He said you are the apple of His eye. He said you are more than a conqueror. He said you are greater than what you see right now in this life. God says that He promised to never leave you nor forsake you. So that means that He is with you even to the ends of time. So I want you to know today that you are blessed. Walk in what God has called you. Walk in the purpose that God has for your life. Don't sit around any longer feeling sorry for yourself. Get up out of that place and understand that you are ready to arrive to the place that God has for you. Even if God has you in a place of waiting or a season of breeding or a place purging or a season of sanctification, you still can believe what God says about you while you're going through this healing process, while you're going through this process. You don't have to sit around and believe that you are nothing. You don't have to sit around and believe that life will be better without you, because I'm here to let you know that life is great because you are in it. God looked down on earth and said, we need a Love, we need a James, we need a John, we need a Tasha, we need a Brianna, we need them in this earth for the purpose that God has. So I want you to know today that you don't even have to live a life of sin anymore. You can lay down everything at the feet of Jesus today. You can lay your guns down. You can lay your alcohol down. You can lay your drugs down. You can lay fornication down. You can lay all at the feet of Jesus, because He's able to forgive you for anything. He's faithful and just to cleanse us of all unrighteousness. Anything that we do, God is able to cleanse us. If we just confess to Him the things that we have done, the things, God, here I am. I'm messed up. Here I am. I'm a sinner. Lord, save me today. And I just want you to know that there is still hope for you today. There is hope for you. You don't have to live in a life of defeat. You can live a life of freedom and victory and walk in it and soar into the things God has for you today. So I want to encourage you today to believe what God says about you, that you are an overcomer, that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you, that you are not a mistake. You are unique. You are special. You are an overcomer. You overcame the enemy yesterday when he desired to sip you as wheat. You woke up this morning with breath in your body. So don't give up. Get up from that place and understand that God loves you and He has better for your life. It is not the end of the world because we have a bad day. That does not mean our life is bad. The Bible tells us that there will be many days of trouble, but God will give you the peace and joy to go through anything that you face in this life. So I want to encourage you today, the words that were spoken over your life. Believe what God says about you. Believe the positive things that people say about you. Look in the mirror. I know it takes time because I've been there. I didn't want to receive the things that people said about me. But now I hold fast to the things that God has said about me and the beautiful things that people speak into my life versus the negative things. That is not me. That's everything the enemy has sent to destroy your character